Alright, today is September the 28th, 2015, and we're watching the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and we still have this very strong moisture field moving right into California, right on the jet stream. All this moisture is coming right from Hawaii, which is right here. A lot of thunderstorms down here near Hawaii, and so there's plenty of moisture to feed this flow, and this jet stream is bringing all that right into California. But we're not getting any rain. And the reason is because they are spraying all of these clouds right over the top with chemical aerosol chemtrails. And so we're not getting any rain in Los Angeles. Today is the fourth day of heavy chemical aerosol spraying in our area. And I have a video of that. I was in Malibu, California on yesterday, Sunday, to document some of this because the spraying offshore was the real sight to see. They're doing it over the foothills and the mountains, but mainly they're doing this offshore right here, all throughout this whole field. But this is moving in so fast on the jet stream that a lot of these clouds are getting into the interior part of California, and so they're having to do a lot of spraying over land to prevent this rainfall. This Pineapple Express pattern here would normally bring a lot of rain, fill up a lot of reservoirs, and really help out. And it's all being blocked. And this is just another example of how this drought is completely manufactured. It's a man-made, deliberate catastrophe. And here today is another example of that. We've got nothing but chemtrails all through California, and we have a good shot of rain right here, an endless supply of thunderstorms down here. But instead, we don't get any rain except chemtrails, and we also have a gale right here. But this is being throttled back by a HAARP transmitter, and we can see that right there. They're hitting the core of this. This is not moving anywhere. It's listed as stationary on the surface chart, and we can go ahead and take a look at that in a minute. Up here, we have a new storm that's been identified, 991 millibar storm system right here. And there's high pressure right here. We can see clockwise movement. So they're going to be clearing this area out in a day or so. This will be all cleared out. They got a transmitter right there, and also right here. This transmitter here is providing a flow through here that's riding right along the jet stream, and that is separating this flow here from this gale because the people running this weather operation don't want this gale getting caught up in this jet stream and moving right into California. That would be bringing rain. We get a lot of rain, and the name of the game now is to keep the rain out. They've got a wall built right there, and that is serving to keep this flow and this system away from that. And meanwhile, we've got this system up here. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We've got high pressure all through here, and that's blocking Tropical Storm Marty over here, or rather Hurricane Marty. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. This is kind of an interesting situation because we've got plenty of moisture being funneled right in to California, and we're not getting rain. And we got a gale right here that is being prevented from moving anywhere. And then we got another storm up here, and yet there's no rain in California on the forecast, on the television forecast. All right. Okay, so here's the intensity. You can see this on the IR map. A lot of rain here. There's rain coming in on the jet stream right here from that Pineapple Express, moving right in. But there's so many chemtrails that it's they're not allowing any rain to be processed to convect. And so the inversion layer on top of all that weather is preventing the rain. Let's look at this. This is the SSEC geostationary satellite, and on this satellite we can see a lot of chemtrails through here and all through the southwest. In Arizona, we can see these aerosols being sprayed all over the place right through here. Just let that play for a minute. We've got Hawaii way over here, right there. All this moisture is moving right in, and this would bring a lot of rain. This would solve a lot of our drought problems. It would fill up a lot of reservoirs, this moisture field right here. And instead, they are just chemtrailing the hell out of us, and we're not getting any rain, at least down in LA. I'll talk to my connection up north tomorrow and see if they've got any rain at all up there, up in the Northern California area. All right, let's look at this system up here. Now, this is that storm system, 991 millibar system. Now, this whole area right here is full of chemtrails. We can see them spraying. They're spraying every which way to stop the convection of that storm, and also out here. All right. So that's what's happening. Let's go over and let's take a look at more of these maps here. This is the south. This is Mexico here. We've got Hurricane Marty right here, and Marty is being blown apart. We can see the blast pattern right there. That was a large storm earlier today. You can see the core diminishing right there. And we have strong high pressure all through here. We can see the clockwise movement. Okay. And here's that Pineapple Express flow moving right into California. Here's the infrared loop. Plenty of rain right there, right here. They're stopping it. So this is more evidence of the man-made drought that is completely engineered. It's a man-made catastrophe. It's deliberate, and every day we're seeing this evidence. It's right here to see. All right, here's the Hawaii region right here, and Hawaii is right there, and there's plenty of thunderstorms right out in that area, and a lot of it's getting sucked up into the jet stream moving out towards California. So it looks like Hawaii's getting a lot of rain right out here, and they are probably getting some chemtrails. You know, out in Hawaii they do spray, and that is to prevent the rain out there as well. Now, the other half of this equation is that this could all be weather warfare being waged on the United States. And some of these storms are so large, like the one we were just looking at up here. This thing is so huge. If we look at reruns of the weather back in the 1970s, this kind of weather, you didn't see storms like this on the weather reports. And they used to show the entire satellite on the weather. And these days, you don't get to see much of that at all. It's all animated cartoon weather, and they show you a very narrow band from about where my pen borders are right there, and that's what we get to see. And they'll show a high out here, but they don't show you the whole picture at all. So the point is that they're covering up the manipulation just as much as I'm trying to expose it. All right, so let's see, where were we? Okay. Now, let's take a look here. This is the Gulf of Mexico. There's a large spinning low pressure right here on the border of Louisiana and Texas, and this has been targeted all day long. They've been hitting that core all day. And let's go back and take a look at the... also, all these thunderstorms are being blown apart right here, and there's a huge blast pattern. Let's take a look at this for a second. Right up here, look at the blast right up here. Tremendous. All these thunderstorms all day long, we're getting just hammered with microwave. And let's look at the, this is the visible light mode. And here's that core. Now look at right about middle of the sequence, right there. They hit that with looks like a microwave. Pinpoint attack right on that core, and then there's a large blast, and we can see a lot of the these HAARP rings, or pressure waves, blast rings, whatever you want to call them. They move out from the center of that core after it's hit. Okay, let's watch that for a second. There's a pock mark right in the middle of that core, and the same thing was occurring all throughout all of these thunderstorms over here. And there's quite a blast pattern on that. Let's go back and look at the. Let's go look at the. This is the infrared mode. We can see that core implode after it's hit. But also look what's happening over here. I mean, they've hit all of these cells, and earlier today there was a great view of all this in the visible light mode, and there was a lot of very clear evidence of these attacks. It looked just like this one over here. So we'll just keep documenting all this, and eventually people out there are going to start connecting the dots and see that our weather is nothing at all generated by Mother Nature. It's completely manipulated, and the fact that all of these storms are not allowed to dump rain is just continuing to generate more and more atmospheric water vapor, which has nowhere to go except forming larger and larger storms. I think that's the reason why these storms are so large these days. There's just a lot of attempts to stop the weather wherever it happens to be, whether it be in the United States or blocking weather in the UK or blocking weather that's moving over Australia or wherever it is. At some point, all this rain is going to have to dump. Okay, that's my theory on it. It has nothing to do with carbon emissions. It has everything to do with the people running transmitters and microwaves and manipulating the weather with chemical aerosols. Now, anybody watching this that's in the weather business of television, and why are you people covering this up? Why? What's the point of it? Here's the, I think we look at this map. Here's that Gale right here. It's stationary, and that's where it sits. Okay. Now, I wanted to show this map here. This is the swells out in the Pacific. That Gale is generating 12-foot swells. And then up here to the left, we have that big storm that's spinning, and that's generating 17-foot swells. So we'll see some surf along these beaches here in about 5 days or so. All right. So the people doing the weather need to just start being honest with yourself and your viewers, because this information is going to be coming out every day. It's going to be coming out every day. I'm not going to be stopping. All right, so that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and post this, and we'll do an update later.